Hi, are you sophomore, Noah?
Yes, sir.
Sophomore Noah, Mikhail, Bonita. Noah, so you guys, this was a pretty boring game until the fourth quarter.
Yes, sir.
You're down 6 late. You get 2 huge catches, including the touchdown, but the big one that set up was about a 40 or 45-yard pass. You hadn't had a lot of receptions leading into that. What did that feel like to have that big of an impact late in the game like that?
You know, it was great. You got to do what you got to do when you're in those situations, and I think I really just, me and Daniel had that connection, and we made it happen.
So I was at the Monrovia game,
Yeah.
and this kind of feels like a little bit of the opposite. I mean, I can't imagine what Los Osos, I mean, I've seen how heartbroken they are, and I felt terrible for you guys when you lost to Monrovia, the way you lost. How big a deal is it to be on the right end of a game like this?
It's great. The feeling's so much better, and I just, honestly, it was a little bit of the same situation when they scored, and I was like, I didn't want to repeat of that, so.
Because of Andrade's hand and all that, and because of this and that and the other, I couldn't have foreseen him throwing 2 long passes to you.
Yeah.
And I was asking Para about this. Do you think Daniel's doing the best he can within his injuries and within his physical abilities?
Of course, I think Daniel's doing great right now with what he can do, and I think he's really helping out with what he can do with the team and just leading them as far as he can.
Even though he's had turnovers, I even said in that Monrovia story, as much as he struggled, he still put you guys in a position to win that game.
Yeah.
Who would you want to? I mean, obviously, what would you say about Cole Parra's effort tonight?
Cole Parra did great. He's a sophomore as well, and I think he just really stepped up for us, getting that pick 6, getting 2 touchdowns down in the red zone. I think he really stepped up.
Who is somebody maybe you wouldn't see in a stat sheet, but you felt like, man, they really did their part in tonight's win?
I think, a few of our D linemen did very well.
Can you name
today.
them?
Johnny Colson, Micah, and I think linebacker Dominic Alvalar did very well too.
Okay, so I know you're a sophomore, you're the younger guy, but if you were talking to your teammates after this big win, what would you want to say to them about the way you guys came together, the way you finished?
I mean, that's how we got to always start the game. How we finish that game is how we got to play every down, every game. We always have to have that energy, always have to have that chip on our shoulder.
What's something next week do you guys play next week or do you have a bye? Okay.
Claremont.
Okay, so what's something next week you don't want to see happen? I'm talking about penalties, whether it's turnovers. What's something you most want your team to fix right now?
Just never putting their head down when we're down. Keeping it always keeping it up, always next play mentality.
Okay.